restaurant in St. Paul. Concerns being raised and how you can voice your perspectives on the matter today.
A St. Cloud State University senior who was being held in the Dominican Republic is back in the U.S. now this morning. Officials say he was the main witness in the case of a different college student who disappeared. We have the latest on that case, what the judge just decided, and what the family's saying about that young woman's disappearance. Those stories and more right now on Eyewitness News on 45.
On this first day of spring, a very good morning to you. It's Thursday, March 20th. I'm Brandi Powell.
Good morning. I'm Belanger. It's remarkable how that can put you in a good mood. John said he heard the birds singing on the drive-in here this morning. Everybody's got a little spring in their step. The drive's been pretty good overall.
Yes, yesterday we were just seeing those windy conditions, not the case today around the metro, and so overall it's been smooth sailing. So let's hope that continues.
Good. We'll
Smooth
get your update in a minute.
sailing into spring here. Looking nice, John.
Yes, very nice. I have to say, I was driving up north on US 52 and I saw clumps of snow from trucks that had
Hanging
fallen
off.
off. Yes, they were coming up from the Rochester area, most likely. But you'll see like these chunks of snow on the side of the road. Like, where did that come from? But that's where it came from. It is the first official day of spring. It is a little bit chilly right now, so you'll want a jacket as you step outside. But other than that, a really nice day ahead. We'll have mostly sunny skies this afternoon, and we'll see temperatures pushing 50 degrees. At this hour, 26 with a wind chill of 18. And in this afternoon, we'll see a high, Hannah, of 50 degrees with sunshine. I'll have a look at the weekend forecast coming up at 8:15.
Sounds great. And John, I know you were mentioning Rochester this morning. You could have seen, if you were traveling in Rochester early this morning, some partially covered roadways with the snow. I was checking cameras at the start of the 7 o'clock hour, and everything has looked clear throughout that area, but something I will continue to track for you. Going north of there, along Highway 52 at County Road 42 in the Rosemount area, still seeing the single-lane closure in place, all due to utility work. I know Matt and Brandi will have more on what took place here that caused, at one point, a full highway closure. Now that traffic opened up to one lane until around 10 o'clock this evening. That's according to MnDOT. Seeing some minor slowing. I mean, actually, right now, speed's looking clear throughout that stretch. Outside of that, seeing some heavier traffic conditions primarily in the west side. I was checking in at the airport because we are seeing that second wave of spring break travelers. I am seeing 0 outbound flights that are canceled. However, I am now seeing 7 outbound delays. So just make sure you check that flight status ahead of time. And if you are traveling to the airport, I'm tracking some 494 ramp closures that are starting this morning. I'll have more on that coming up at 8:15. Matt and Brandi, over to you.
Hannah, thank you. We'll check in again soon. Today, State Senator Justin Eichorn will make his first court appearance. He's facing federal charges after being arrested on suspicion of soliciting an underage girl for sex.
At the state capitol, the senator's Republican colleagues are expected to make a motion to expel him today. Kelsey Christensen's tracking it all live for us right there at the Capitol in St. Paul with more on the fallout from the senator's arrest in Bloomington.
Yeah, the Senate Republican leader, Mark Johnson, says there is no question that these charges amount to expulsion. We know that Senate Republicans say they will file a motion this morning to expel 40-year-old Senator Justin Eichorn. A federal criminal complaint details how investigators say the husband and father of
Lane along a major road still closed this morning because of it. What officials are saying as they continue monitoring the situation.
More reaction coming in this morning to the jury's decision to hand down all guilty verdicts against the leaders of the Feeding Our Future fraud scheme.
She cut every single check, all $240 million worth of checks.
This morning, we're hearing from prosecutors and the defense attorney reacting to the verdicts and when those 2 Minnesotans found guilty could be sentenced.
Also ahead, the state senator accused of soliciting a minor for sex could be expelled today. The allegations and the latest on calls to force him out of office from within his own party ahead of his first court appearance expected today. Those stories and more right now on Eyewitness News on 45 TV.
Bottom of the hour, 8:31 officially on this Thursday morning, March 20th. I'm Matt Belanger with Brandi Powell. We're thankful that you're spending a little time with us. We're going to get you the weather and traffic right now as you start the day. And the drive's been overall really great. A couple trouble spots.
Yes, a few trouble spots. One in Edina, one in Rosemount right now. But outside of that, I mean, it's really been great. Some gorgeous sunshine we're seeing too.
Apropos on this first day of spring, John.
Yes, it is. And what that means is the sun's direct rays are over the equator and will continue to be north of the equator now until the first day of fall in September. So we have 6 months now where that sun is very intense, and you'll start to see those warmer temperatures on the way. Today will be quite a bit nicer than yesterday. Of course, we're not even going to deal with that wind or snow or any of that today. Today is just mostly sunny. It's 26 degrees out there now, and we'll see a high today of about 50. I'll have that weekend forecast coming up, Hannah, right at about 8:45.
Sounds great, John. We're looking forward to that. Time now 8:32, and checking in with this crash in Edina along Crosstown eastbound. This is near Gleason Road and Tracy Avenue. You can see this from this camera here. Multiple vehicles involved in a crash blocking the left-hand shoulder and that left lane. Traffic, it looks like it was down to 2 lanes. You can see it's still down to 2 lanes. At one point, it looked like it was down to 1 lane. Oh, MnDOT's moving this camera around to show you the cleanup efforts underway. Traffic slowing to get past it. Now, you could go south of there and use 494 as an alternate route, but 494 has also been seeing a lot of trouble because we've been seeing a lot of construction. And as of 2 minutes ago, we're seeing some additional ramp closures surrounding 494 in the Richfield-Bloomington area. I'll have more on that coming up at 8:45. Matt and Brandi, over to you.
Hannah, thank you. We want to bring you new developments from that situation. Hannah mentioned it a moment ago here, and this is in Rosemount, the southern part of the metro. A leak in a propane line caused 2 families to be evacuated from their homes. It all started yesterday. It was about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and both directions of Highway 52 were closed. Just the northbound lane is at this hour. But last night, crews were able to isolate that leak and contain it. The road was reopened to traffic shortly after midnight. But again, that northbound lane there, Highway 52, still closed. Hannah will keep us posted on any lingering impacts.
8:33 today, State Senator Justin Eichhorn's going to make his first court appearance after being charged with soliciting sex from a minor.
But before he faces a judge, his Republican colleagues at the Capitol are planning to take the first steps to expel him. Kelsey Christensen live now at the state Capitol. Kelsey, you have more on this case now against the senator.
Yeah, Republicans plan to file a motion this morning to expel him from the state Senate. Now, to do so, they will need 2/3 majority vote on that, meaning they will need DFL support in this. Now, a federal criminal complaint details how investigators say 40-year-old Senator Justin Eichhorn, a husband and father of
South of the Twin Cities this weekend, we're going to run down a few of the fun things that you'll be able to do. And born and raised in the small town of Dawson in Lackey Pearl County, we have Olympian Carrie Tollefson with us in the studio this morning to share 5 facts. It's all coming up for you, an all-new Minnesota Live.